ready to step into style as Full Frontal Fashion pays tribute to the fabulous world of footwear.
This is like a fashion fanatic's dream.
From legendary designers,
That is sexy.
to total shoe makeovers.
All right, let's go. Shoes, let's do it.
We're high-stepping in the world of sexy shoes.
Heels are sexy. It's a given.
So kick off those bunny slippers and strap on the stilettos.
All in the name of fashion.
You're about to be seduced by the power of the soul. From the pump to the sneaker, the boot to the stiletto, our obsession with shoes may start at the feet, but it lives in the soul. Welcome to Kick Up Your Heels, a full frontal fashion special. I'm Beth Ostrowski, and I'm here at Tay Kassan, one of the hottest new shoe boutiques in New York City, and the perfect setting to celebrate the bond between women and their shoes. Want to see a woman gush? Say Manolo Blahnik. Want to see her drool? Whisper Jimmy Choo. It's true, women fall head over heels for their shoes. But why? Inquiring minds want to know.
Women's obsession with shoes is crazy.
Clearly don't get in between a woman and her shoes. Fairy tales, fairy tales.
Cinderella's whole life is transformed because of a pair of shoes. She is yanked away from this life of servitude, and she gets everything her heart ever desired. If you look at Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, those ruby red slippers transported her back to safety.
Sex and the City made the shoe an icon of fashion in a different sort of way. You see her standing at the window looking at the shoe longingly, hello, lover boy. I mean, that kind of says it all.
Women will do anything for a new pair of shoes. They'll sell their grandmother.
The most outrageous thing I've ever done is max out my credit card for a pair of shoes.
I prayed to every deity I knew that they'd be in my size. I prayed to like Buddha, the Dalai Lama, Native American, spirits.
I this year bought a pair of boots, which I had stocked in many cities, in many places, and they have destroyed my feet. These shoes can actually not be worn, but I won't give them up. I can't do it. I'm going to have to wear those darn boots because they are just the coolest thing I own.
You get invited to the Manolo Blahnik sample sale, and it's partaking in the equivalent of a rugby scrum. I mean, you will be like arguing with somebody, you'll be fighting, you'll be going, that's my shoe! The drama, you wouldn't believe it, but it's worth it.
Well, unfortunately, more than ever, women are consumed with how their bodies look. They're comparing themselves to models, and they feel that whatever they've got isn't good enough and doesn't work.
You don't have to think about, whether you're looking good or bad or fat or thin. It's great. It's instant gratification.
They always fit. Unless you're pregnant, they always fit.
They're really a non-fattening chocolate replacement.
We tend not to gain weight that much from the knee down, so where it can be torture to go try on bathing suits. Shoes are pretty stable.
No matter the age, no matter the size, your feet can look pretty, and basically it's kind of the last thing to go.
I think there is something about walking with confidence that really does start at the heel and go upwards.
It doesn't matter what's going on every single day. You can always put a good pair of shoes on and you always feel fantastic.
You can slip on a pair of high heels and your whole body changes.
Your hips have to come forward. Your body has to sway. You have to square your shoulders.
It pushes your bum out, your thighs look better, and it just makes you walk in that very sexy strut.
Heels are sexy. It's a given.
I wonder what Sigmund Freud would have to say about it.
Sigmund Freud talked about the erotic nature of shoes. It's representing a feminine power and a sexiness and an eroticness.
Great shoes, all men notice.
The height of the heel tells something very provocative about the woman.
Definitely a good pair of stilettos. Definitely, because they do make the legs look better all the way up.
There's something phallic and kinky about it that is always appealing to men.
Donatella Versace once said that the first thing a woman should do when she gets up in the morning is slip into a pair of high heels, and the last thing she should do at night is either slip out of them or never take them off. So there you go.
All right, so we're obsessed. But I gotta say, I'm okay with it. One reason is because designers like Stuart Weitzman create to-die-for shoes that fix all that ails you. Our own shoe lover, Christina Hoff, pays the designer a visit and uncovers what this legend and his shoes are made of.
There are two things I think women want: George Clooney and a shoe closet like this.
You really want George Clooney?
A little bit, yeah. When I think of a Stuart Weitzman shoe, I think of glamour, I think of confidence.
I try to put in every shoe, and I'm conscious of this, something that will make you smile when you put it on in the morning. It may feel so good, and you wouldn't believe that a shoe cut like that could feel so good. That's what my shoes are about.
You've been known to be the shoemaker to the stars, Angelina Jolie, the women of Desperate Housewives. How important is that whole celebrity connection to you?
It's very important, obviously. You get publicity out of it, and the world gets to know who you are. But more so than that, it's inspirational. Those ladies can have any shoe they want. To cater to them and satisfy them forces me to raise my level of standard.
I have to know about this Oscar shoe, the $1 million shoe, the first Oscar shoe. What's the story behind that?
When actresses are photographed on the red carpet, they used to stop at the knees. They never got to the shoes. I thought, how am I going to make sure that you have to pay attention to this shoe? And I made a shoe worth $1 million. It had 800 or so diamonds, all hand cut.
And you created this whole tradition now, right?
It goes on. We've done other wonderful shoes,
I want to see some of the other shoes, too.
This was a shoe that was really created to play on the great shoe story. Dorothy's ruby slipper, and what would Dorothy wear if she were walking down the red carpet? That was about 800 hand-cut rubies from Burma, Burmese rubies.
And how much was that worth?
That was $2 million. This was the most expensive shoe that we ever produced. It was our Cinderella sandal, and what made it so valuable was on one foot was a unique amber-colored diamond, which is very rare, and because of that diamond, it was about $2.5 million in value.
Wow. How do you come up with all these ideas?
I have a few ideas for you, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I want to hear them.
If you were going to the Academy Awards in February...
I wish, on your arm, yes.
I would put you in that shoe.
Oh, my heart is like racing.
And it's a just gorgeous shoe. I even have it in your size.
Oh! Oh, my gosh. I feel like Cinderella. I feel like a princess. Some people say, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a fireman. Did you say when you were little, I want to grow up and be a shoe designer?
No, it just came by accident. I went to the University of Pennsylvania, and my goal was to break the bank on Wall Street. My dad and brother had the shoe factory, and he asked me to help sketch some shoes out. And that was the end of Wall Street for me. There was a lot more fun in seeing someone like you walking around in my shoe than picking a stock that went up a point.
I know you name all your babies.
I do.
What's her name?
Well, the shoe without the stones is the Fever, but because of all those stones on the heel, we call it Give Me Fever. That is sexy. If I were picking you up on my first date, I would know what you have in mind.
Everything seems exciting to you. What's the secret?
You love what you do, it will always be exciting. And if you have to do something you don't love, spend most of your time finding something else to do that you do love.
You're a household name. Everyone knows your name. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like a Jewish rock star.
By this time, you probably think you're an expert on shoes. Well, get ready to put that knowledge to the test. Full Frontal Zone James Aguiar is about to release his inner Bob Barker as host of the Ultimate Shoe Contest. It's Jeopardy meets Survivor in a battle of shoe smarts. James is on the hunt for women with superior shoe IQs.
I'm here on the streets of New York City to give fashionable women the ultimate shoe quiz. Follow me as I search for 4 lucky and smart women whose knowledge of shoes will secure them a contestant spot in our shoe challenge. They'll be competing for a shoe lover's dream, a pair of designer footwear valued up to $1,000. Come here. It's a shoe contest. You guys in? You gotta answer the question right. Which Disney's character's life was forever changed by a well-fitting shoe? What is a skinny heel over 4? What shoes did Elvis sing about? Wait. Bing, 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 you got it. What are little girls' party shoes called? Bing, 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 bing. She's good. What color are Dorothy's slippers? Ding! Klaus! Who said ruby? You said ruby, you said red, you're both right. Who recently portrayed the shoe-loving queen, Marie Antoinette? Ding, 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 ding. Give me a second, you guys. We're going to find out who the lucky 4 are. The rest of you, hold on. The lucky 4 are... you in the white, you in the camel, you in the black, and you in the sunglasses. Come with me. The rest of you, better luck next time. Come on, you're on 5th Avenue. Go buy some shoes. You guys come with me, and away we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Sharpen up your shoe IQ because more challenges are on the way. But now, let's step into the world of vintage shoes. I know your first thoughts are they're old, they're used, and they're out of style. Well, get ready to take some footnotes because you're about to change your thinking. Our very own Judy Licht went hunting to uncover the real gems of vintage footwear.
My sister and I have sort of been collecting since we were children. Our mother was in vintage. She had one of the first vintage shops on the Lower East Side in the 60s. So we've never not collected shoes.
How many pair of shoes do you have here?
Probably about 3,500 total.
You know, Vicki, this is a very edited collection. A lot of vintage stores, you walk in and you see all this stuff. What are you looking for?
Everything that I have has to be in really excellent condition, and it has to be wearable today. So even if it was made 50 years ago, if you wore it today on the street, you'd look as if you wouldn't know.
What do you consider vintage shoes? What's the cutoff, in your opinion?
I would, even take stuff that was from the early 90s, if it was extraordinary.
The vintage for me stops at the 70s, and then I do have select contemporary from the 80s and 90s as well.
Zia, what kind of woman shops for vintage shoes?
We really do get an array from young to old. A lot of times women will come in and be like, oh, I have these shoes, or I had these shoes when I was younger, and they'll want them because of that. Nowadays it's becoming very sort of chic to have something that nobody else has.
Are shoes in general larger or smaller now than most of the vintage shoes? Are people's feet larger?
Yes. Today, an 8 to an 8.5 would be what most women walk in and want. Shoes from the 50s or from the 40s, they would tend to be more of a 5.5 to a 6.5. I even have some here that are from the late 70s, and they're 7s.
Of vintage shoes, which sell the best?
Our sexiest high heels sell the best. Always, without a doubt. This is one of our biggest sellers. This is an early 80s or 80s company. This one's obviously a little bit more decorated, but it has such a beautiful arch. So, when a girl wants to come in and get an amazingly sexy pair of shoes, we always sell Spanish leather. And then slouchy flat boots for winter.
Which
all
are
the 80s
trend.
boots. Yes. Every girl wants a pair of black or brown slouchy leather boots.
What are some of your favorites here?
These are all Roger Vivier from the 1950s and 1960s as well as here. The style, the heel is generally unusual, but there's always something going on. And here's another great pair, Chanel biker boots. These are from a young lady who bought them in Paris.
If she wore these once, I'll eat my hat. I mean, look at that.
Then these are Manolo Blahniks, which are just so ladylike. And look, she didn't wear them. And that's what you look for. You know, to the extent you can find somebody who hasn't worn her shoes and she has spectacular shoes, I'm so happy to get them.
What is a good pair of shoes going to cost you?
I think in terms of labels, for good shoes, I imagine 3 and up.
And they have to sort of be a name brand.
In the resale market, it's all about a name brand.
It's almost like a badge of fashion honor in a day of mass marketing and fast fashion.
You know you're getting good quality shoes and shoes that have lasted the test of time and are still around and still in great condition.
Our countdown of the top 10 must-have shoes kicks off with the classic party shoes Mary Jane's at number 10. Even big girls love these shoes now because their shiny patent leather will dress up any outfit. Cowboy boots have saddled up the number 9 spot. They make the list because they're sassy and never out of style. Ballet flats sashay into the number 8 spot. They rock because you don't have to suffer to be stylish. Driving into the number 7 spot is the neutral shoe. It's a great alternative to the classic black pump. And the bonus? A neuter beige shoe makes your legs look longer. Coming up, enter the coveted closet of every fashionista's dream. And later,
go!
One lucky winner will be strutting home in style when our shoe contest continues. Welcome back to Kick Up Your Heels, a full frontal fashion special that's guaranteed to have you stepping out in style. I'm Beth Ostrowski. Now we're delving into the stuff of legends, at least for fashionistas. The accessories closet at a major magazine. Think Carrie Bradshaw beat us to it? Nope, that was a set. Well, our own Lloyd Boston is going where only the ultimate fashion insiders have gone. And he's taken us with him.
All these clothes. Cannot wait to get in here and see these shoes. Rayanne, this is like a fashion fanatic's dream. You must feel like a kid in a candy store in here.
This is a dream every day to walk into, and I'm such a shoe-aholic.
I know this must be the room that gets all the stares when the door is open when women are walking by.
Oh, absolutely. We have someone sitting right by the shoes, guarding them.
How many pairs of shoes are in this closet at any given time, like right now?
I would say anywhere between 250 pairs to 300 pairs are in the closet.
Do they all change each season?
The closet changes over about 3 times a year. We change for spring, fall, and resort.
These are some of your favorites? What are you
These were some shoes we called in for various stories we're working on.
Now, I have to tell you, these remind me of something my mom would have worn in the 70s. She was so chic in those days.
These are shoes from Derek Lam, and these are amazing. And we actually shot these for our January issue. We did an opener page, and you could see it right here.
And it makes your shoes like a star. You know what's interesting about Lucite? It was the shoe that girls would wear of a certain profession. But now, like, women who have reputable professions are doing Lucite.
Yeah.
When did that all change?
We saw it strong for spring. We saw it a lot on the runways with the Lucite heels.
How about celeb shoes?
We actually just shot these on Liv Tyler. Which
wow,
these
look at
Louis
that.
Vuitton shoes. It's a hidden platform.
Yeah, I could use these around you. You're kind of taller than me.
Well, I have on my platform.
That's great.
So,
do the celebs ever want to walk away with these samples?
Sometimes, and sometimes we actually give them. When we get our samples in, they're usually sized in 7s, 37s, or 9s, or 39s. And if a celebrity has a foot that is not those sizes, sometimes we will go out and buy, and then sometimes we do give it to them.
Now, you're actually sometimes pulling them off of the models or the celebrities' feet to get them back to the designer van.
Right. We share with all the magazines, and these are the most coveted styles. Sometimes even the day we're shooting, we might have a pair of shoes for an hour, and then we have to get them back to the designers.
This corner over here looks like the fun corner.
This is for what we call FOB, which is our front of the book. So usually in our front of the book, things tend to be a little less expensive. We have everything over here from aerosols to Nine West to Jessica Simpson.
I'm starting to smell the money as we get into here. These are the designer shoes, yes?
Absolutely. This is the expensive corner here.
How much will we be paying for a pair of shoes such as this, roughly?
These Louboutins, these would be about $750, I would say. So it's quite an investment.
Okay, I'm going to put these back carefully. $750? That's rent for a lot of young girls in the city. Tell me honestly, do you ever have a moment where you just kind of secretly sneak in here and try on a few shoes?
Of course I do. What do you think?
Now we're going from a closet full of dreams to a battleground of shoe lovers as we join James and our contestants for the first challenge in our ultimate shoe contest.
Welcome to the Full Frontal Fashion Shoe Contest. Now, you guys worked really hard to get here. What better place to do a shoe challenge than the fabulous Nina Delman showroom? I've got my 4 lovely contestants, Robin, Kristen, Erica, and Allison. Now, you guys are going to be competing in 3 separate challenges. But what you don't know is the person and the contestant with the lowest score after each challenge will sadly get the boot. I have 4 pairs of shoes in front of me. We've blacked out the labels so you don't know what they are. And what you need to do is list in order from least expensive to most expensive. But here's the problem. You only have 45 seconds to do it. On your mark, get set, go. Time's up. All right, you ready to show your answers? Let me see them. Interesting. All of you are different. Kristen, why did you think A was the most expensive?
I just looked at the quality. I looked at the bottom of the shoe.
Quality and the bottom. Okay. Erica, why did you think D was the most expensive?
The overall weight was great. Also, the actual suede felt good. The material felt like a high-end, good material.
Are you ready to find out the answer?
Yes.
Our least expensive shoe was C, Payless, for $17.99. Our next is A, Nina, for $89. Next we have D, 9 West, for $150. Our most expensive shoe is B, Via Spiga, for $189. Okay, are you guys ready to see who won? Allison, you have 2 right. Erica, you've got 2 right. Kristen, you've only got 1 right. I was rooting for you, girl. And Robin, you've only got 1 right as well. Allison and Erica, you guys are safe with the most correct answers. You're moving on to the next round. Are you psyched?
Hey!
Woo! All right, there you go. Sadly, you 2 have to duke it out in the sudden death shoe trivia question, okay? I'm going to hand you each a bell. It's a multiple choice question. Listen to the question before you chime in. Designer Andre Courrèges is best known for creating which popular 60s shoe? A, white go-go boots, B, the cork sole wedge, or C, gold metallic platforms? Robin.
Go-go boots.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm happy to say you're moving on to the next round, Kristen. You got the boot.
It's okay.
Thanks for playing.
I was surprised that I lost in the first round because I really know my shoes.
It's the law of the fashion jungle. You see a woman wearing a great pair of shoes, and you gotta know where she got them. Today, Full Frontal style expert James Aguiar is doing the dirty work for you. He's traveled coast to coast asking women the question we've all had to ask. Where'd you get those shoes?
You have a lot of animal in you. Tell me about these boots.
These are fabulous boots. They're from Jimmy Choo. The first collection that they did, as a matter of fact.
These are vintage Jimmy Choo?
It was about 5 years.
How much were they then?
1,500.
How many pairs of shoes do you think you own?
300.
Do you count them?
Yes.
Do you have a husband?
Fiance.
You have a fiance. Would you say you love these shoes more than your fiance?
Yes.
So you're a very tall girl. Yeah. How tall are you?
6'5".
I say 6. I'm closer to 6'1" without the heels.
Well,
and I wear heels, which is stupid.
It's not stupid. Nicole Kidman wears heels. How much did those cost you?
Oh, they're just Rampage. I think they were 40.
Not bad, not bad. But honey, what size are they?
11.
You are a
what
size.
What size are those?
You know what? We wear the same size.
Great. That's what I was wanting
Just what you want to hear. Talk to me about your shoes, because I admire anybody who can wear wedgies in the sand.
Well, yes. Well, these are from Halter & View from Toronto.
Ooh, expensive.
And I love them.
How much were these shoes?
Almost $1,000.
Almost $1,000? And you're wearing them on the beach?
There's nowhere else I can wear my shoes, so I'm going to wear it today.
All right, you know what you have to do for me?
Yeah.
You have to walk on the beach in these. Woo! Hot! $1,000 in the sand. I love you. You're my new hero. We're in Miami. There's no secret about it. It's about 80 degrees out today, right? It's about 80 degrees. Will be.
75.
75, 80?
Yeah.
You got the fur on.
I do.
Where'd you get these boots?
Macy's in California.
Macy's in California. So it gets a little chilly there.
Yes, at the time I bought them, it was chilly there.
So do people do a double take when you walk down the street all the time?
Yes, they do.
See, that's why we do it.
I always get a lot of attention with these boots.
How much were these boots?
I think these are about $180.
$180, not bad.
Not bad.
Are you going to be trekking through the Himalayas to make a deal today?
All in the name of fashion.
All in the name of fashion. How would you describe your style?
Urban chic.
Now, I love your shoes.
Okay.
Where are those from?
Honey Ferragamo.
Honey Ferragamo. See, I knew it was going to get expensive somewhere.
Exactly. It has to. Actually, with the jeans and the shoes. So Ferragamo, probably Nordstrom Rack. I am a bargain shopper.
Okay, that's good. How much were the shoes?
Probably about $150.
Hey, you look fantastic.
Thank you, James.
What do you do for a living? I think you're a designer.
I am a farmer.
I love the shoes with a little bit of gold.
Oh, Blahnik, of course. He does the best, doesn't he?
He does.
He does.
But normally, Blahnik, you're teetering around on the stilettos. I love the flat.
No. I have a sore foot, so I'm in flats currently.
And you're a farmer.
And I'm a farmer. I have to dress something like a farmer.
And how much were those?
Oh, what were those? Probably $400 or $500.
Right. The farm must be pretty good.
It's
good.
It's okay.
As God is my witness, I will never go hungry again.
Our countdown of the top 10 must-have shoes continues. And sneaking in at number 6 are cool kicks. They rank because you can look chic and wear sneakers. Enough said. Roaring in at number 5 are animal print heels. Fashionistas love them because you can release your wild side without looking overly jungle chic. But be warned, stick with one print at a time because not all animals play well together. Dressing up the number 4 spot is the black tie shoe. Why? Because like Cinderella, you never know when you'll be invited to a ball. To kick it up a notch, add an extra inch or a little bling. Up next, we're hitting the streets to uncover crimes of fashion and turn footwear faux pas into hot heels. And later, step into the world of party girl decadence with a shoe line that brings celebrities to their feet. Welcome back to Kick Up Your Heels, a full frontal fashion special. I'm Beth Ostrowski. Bette Midler once said, "Give a girl the correct footwear and she'll conquer the world." Truer words have never been spoken. You'd be amazed at how a quick shoe fix can take you to new heights. With this in mind, our very own Lloyd Boston rounded up 3 footwear offenders for a shoe makeover that will have them walking tall.
Now, you ladies were nice enough to join me on this shoe makeover day. And for you, Erica, your situation is very casual because you're shopping. So we want to make sure that your shopping shoes look just as cute as your nighttime shoes. And for you, Suzanne, you work in the control room at a TV show. So we want to add a little life to those sneakers and make them look a little bit more ladylike. Helly is about to start interviewing, and you know how tough that is in New York. So you want those shoes to really look like you're coming in to get a corner office job, not a cubicle job. You ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Hands in?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Shoes, let's do it. But you shop in heels.
I'm a small little girl.
So the heels give you a little confidence and height.
I feel good about myself when I wear shoes like this.
You know, when your feet hurt, everything hurts. So I want you to be ultra comfortable. And again, when you're looking for great shoes, you want to try on many styles. And notice the boots you have on. What's happening here is they're cutting you off at the calf, which is going to actually make you look shorter and make your legs look thicker. So a trick that we use in the fashion biz is to bring the boot up to the knee. Suzanne, have you heard the biggest news, Miss Newswoman?
Flats are back.
You have heard the news. Flats are so back. You want to find a great pair of black ones first, but they shouldn't be boring. I know that you like a shoe that's going to give you that ladylike, tall elegance. These spoke to me out the corner of my eye.
Oh, wow.
That little wedge is really hot again. Right. And what's so great about the wedge is it gives you the height that you like, but it also gives you the support during those long shopping days. And I love a peep toe because it's a sexy way to say hi to guys without giving them your number. That's a good shoe trick. You're going on interviews, so we need to look at some great pumps and slingbacks as well. If you're only spending a little bit of money on this interview look, I want you to have a classic slingback that's going to go with everything in your closet. What do you see on this table that might do that?
I would say these.
You are
They have a nice line and a wraparound.
You are so dead on. Guys love a girl who has kind of like a sexy va-va-voom shoe on. And it doesn't have to be a heel. You can do va-va-voom with, like, imagine these. Like, these are fun.
Wow.
Like, that's like, wow, exactly. All right, ladies, how's it going?
Good.
I see smiles, which is a good thing. Now, first of all, our shopping gal, Erica, I see these are calling you.
Like I said, I like the height.
I love the color because the color does bring the attention right down to your foot, and that's a great way to give that lengthening feeling.
I can wear these shoes wherever I decide to go because they're so practical.
Now, what about you, Helly? How are you doing over there? Look at her. Doesn't she look so grown up?
So we have a winner.
I think we do, and I think you might have a job after today. All right, now here is the big challenge, Sneaker Gal.
I would never have thought to put these together.
Yeah, I love those too.
What girl doesn't want, a shoe makeover? He knew exactly what I was looking for, like before I did, so it was cool.
I would wear this to her tomorrow.
Well, guess what? You're going to be wearing them tomorrow, and you're all going to be wearing them because they're a gift from Lord & Taylor. Free to you.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, absolutely.
Just the makeover advice was great, but the fact that I got free shoes out of it, that's just fantastic.
A new pair of shoes can bring out the best in any woman, and the worst if you're competing in the ultimate shoe contest. With just 3 contestants left, our fashion guru turned game show host, James Aguiar, is kicking it up a notch in a second shoe challenge that will separate the lovers from the fighters.
Are you guys ready for the next challenge?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, it's a challenge I like to call Famous Feet. Do you know your famous feet?
For sure.
On this easel behind me is 4 photographs of famous feet. I want you guys to get up, take a look at them, and write down who you think those feet belong to in order as they appear on my easel. But you only have 30 seconds to do it. Are you ready? And go! No cheating, Erica. No looking at Allison's answers. Time is up. Put down your pens. Not so easy, is it? Shall we see how you did?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Robin, who did you think number 1's famous feet were?
I said Marilyn Monroe.
Erica, who did you think number 1 was?
Ditto.
Ditto on Marilyn Monroe. You may need to get the spelling right.
I am a bad speller. I don't have spell check.
All right. Well, at least you know possibly your shoes. Allison, who did you think it was?
That Audrey Hepburn.
I'm sorry to say your instincts were wrong. It is Marilyn Monroe. Robin and Erica, ding, ding, ding for you. Allison, not so good. You guys ready for number 2?
Yes.
Robin, who'd you think it was?
I said Kiss.
Kiss. Mwah. Erica, who'd you think it was?
Hug her up again.
Hug her up again, kiss, and you spelled it right. Good for you. Allison, who did you think number 2 was? Don't say Audrey Hepburn.
I had no idea.
You had no idea. Honey, are you 4?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready to reveal it. Style icons for me, I actually had this poster on my wall in my bedroom, and it is the rock band Kiss. Robin, let's start with you. Who did you think number 3 was? Michael Jackson. Erica, who did you think it was? Michael Jackson? Jacko?
Jacko, we're on like nickname, first name basis.
Allison, who'd you think it was? Michael Jackson, yes! Yes! Number 3 was indeed the legend known as Michael Jackson. Allison, the good news is you got it right. But the bad news is there's no way you can catch up with Erica and Robin. So I hate to break it to you, but you got the boot, sister.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, Allison.
I feel a little better than I would have if I got booted in the first round, but not so hot. A little disappointed in myself.
Just for fun, let's see who you thought number 4 was. Robin? Nancy Sinatra. Interesting. Erica, who'd you think it was?
My girl Nance.
Nancy Sinatra. You guys know your famous feat because number 4 was indeed, these boots are made for walking, Nancy Sinatra. You guys are advancing to the final round. You're going to duke it out. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cool.
Designer Holly Dunlap has the world at her feet with her decadent and sexy Hollywood shoe label. Christina Ha went to visit Holly in her Soho boutique to get the lowdown on her high stuff and style.
I'm going to ask you about your fashion philosophy. Describe a Hollywood girl.
Well, Hollywood girls don't take fashion too seriously, but they love it. They are usually people come to us for events, for really fun times in their life, whether it's a honeymoon or a rehearsal dinner or a fun vacation. And celebrities tend to have so many events that they come to us a lot. We've had everybody from Chloe Sevigny to Liv Tyler, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kirsten Dunst, Jessica Simpson, Britney Spears.
Wow. The Hollywood girl is a party girl.
They're the type of girl at a party who's on the dance floor. She's not hanging out at a table with her friends or in a corner. She's requesting songs. She's drinking. She's having fun. She gets crazy.
She's not falling down in her high heels, is she?
You know, at the end of the night maybe, but
you never know.
We call it the Hollywood Shuffle. These are some of my favorites. I'm wearing the very sparkly version of
Yes, very sparkly.
Kind of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
This is what we consider a Hollywood neutral. Metallic rainbow is the Hollywood neutral.
I feel like a party girl.
Yeah, they're really fun, and they're a hologram sparkle, so they really reflect a lot of colors.
What was your first big break?
Luckily, in the beginning, I made a little collection of 12 pairs of shoes, and I brought them to Bergdorf Goodman. Was the first store I called because I figured I'll start at the top.
Wow.
And they saw them and loved them and placed an order right away.
You've known for a long time that you wanted to be a designer, right?
When I was a little girl, I just kind of always knew. I taught myself how to sew, made costumes for my dolls. My mom was an interior designer, so I had fabric around the house a lot. So I really knew from age like 7 onward. That's my Marie Antoinette shoe.
Oh, I love
it. That's really fun shoe on, and that's my favorite color, that neon pink.
What was your childhood like in Scottsdale, Arizona?
My family's been there for 5 generations, so we have horses, and it's a little bit of a cowboy family. My mom was more from the East Coast, though, so she always had this. We were kind of the odd family in Lily Pulitzer amongst all of the bolo ties, but it was fun.
How long have you been designing?
Officially since after college when I graduated and worked. I went to college in Paris and worked for Christian Lacroix, and that was my first job. Before Lacroix, I had interned at Carolyn Rome, which is where I really learned about the glitz and the glamour of fashion. Growing up in Arizona, we saw a lot of glitz and glamour, but probably the wrong kind.
At what point did you say, I'm going to start Hollywood?
I was at Lily Pulitzer. I was the head designer there when we relaunched the brand, and I had been there for almost 3 years, and I loved it, but I just had always wanted to do my own line. And the name Hollywood was a nickname that people had called me since I was little.
Do you have an edge on male shoe designers because you're a woman?
I have to wear everything, so I definitely test drive everything for comfort.
Do you ever get sick of trying on shoes?
No, I love trying on shoes. Whenever I get the new collection, I always try them on to make sure that they're comfortable.
How sick of it are you to hear, hooray for Hollywood?
Oh, we love it. Madonna's song, Hollywood, that was our anthem.
Perfect.
Yeah,
and
really
she was
fun.
a customer too, right?
And she's a customer too. She's definitely a Hollywood girl. We love Madonna. We love all of our customers. I don't think we have one bad one. Even the wild ones we love. We've got Courtney Love as a customer. She's really wild.
Yeah,
but we love her.
I'm picturing she's falling down a lot on the Hollywood heels.
She's perfect.
It seems that you don't take fashion too seriously, and that's what I think makes everything so fun for you.
I went to school in Paris amongst the very avant-garde fashion fans, and I love that. But I went in with my brand to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more lighthearted. We're not trying to cure cancer here. We're just trying to look cute for a party, so we may as well have fun with it.
Our countdown of the top 10 must-have shoes continues with number 3. And stepping in is the sophisticated boot. It's a great way to add a little kick to your evening ensemble. And for some extra zing, choose snakeskin or patent leather. Glittering at number 2 is dressy metallic sandals. Why? Because they add instant glamour to any outfit. Think Olympics when shopping for them, and go for the gold, or silver, or bronze. And drum roll, please. Winning the coveted number 1 spot is none other than the basic black pump. Just a 2 to 3 inch heel will give your wardrobe the lift it needs. No shoe closet is complete without them. Coming up, we're jetting off to Bella Italia to uncover the secret behind the sexy stiletto. And find out which of our final 2 contestants will kick up her heels in victory.
Cheater.
Welcome back to Kick Up Your Heels, a full frontal fashion special. I'm Beth Ostrowski. The romantic city of Florence, Italy is known for its famed art and its rich history. And part of that history involves, you guessed it, shoes. It was home to the legendary shoemaker and inventor of the stiletto, Salvatore Ferragamo. His footwear empire was built on his unique ability to make a shoe that made men stare and women swoon. And his family is keeping that legacy alive today. Our own Judy Licht took off for Italy to uncover the Ferragamo family secrets.
A medieval palazzo, a chain of luxury hotels, a country estate, and stores around the globe are what make Ferragamo the definition of Italian luxury. But this family empire stands on its long tradition of elegant handmade shoes. I stepped it up Italian style and took a behind-the-scenes peek at the Ferragamo shoe factory in Florence, where the ultimate in glamour comes to life.
This is extraordinary. I think the idea of so many people working on these shoes, it's very much like what Salvatore went through, yes?
Absolutely. Lady Shoes is one of the rare products where almost everything is still done by hand. Salvatore was the first one creating and conceiving a shoes like a fashion accessory.
Paolo, this is really where the process begins. The designer has designed the shoe in a sketch, but now it has to become reality.
Every single step for the creation of the shoes adds a value. And what Luca is doing now is trying to replicate on a last the designer idea. When the pattern is developed, we can go and move in the other part of the process.
Our next stop, the cutting room.
We are here with Gioacchino in the cut phase.
The skin is incredible, this alligator. It's so beautiful. Where does it come from?
Alligators like this one, very precious, are from United States and South America mainly. But all the leather we receive from all over the world are treated from tanneries, and the tanneries are located in Tuscany.
Now it's off to the sewing area.
Here, the femininity of the shoe is born. They really replicate the smallest details and make it feminine, make it really desirable. And they know what to do, the right proportion, the right cut, the right stitching. We really care about our craftsmen. Without them, the product, if it's not right, cannot be sold. So there is no business.
Now the shoe gets assembled.
What Stefano here is doing is using natural product like the glue. and natural components.
This is a vegetable glue.
Absolutely, yes.
So we're really doing it all natural, all handmade. This is really the way Salvatore Ferragamo worked back in the 20s.
Absolutely. You can call it old school, and we like it that way. It's really important, the concept of comfort for us, which is in the quality of the material we use, but also in the engineering of the shoe.
Those Marilyn Monroe stilettos that he invented, she had to be comfortable in them, not just to take a picture.
She had tens and tens of pairs of stilettos, different colors, different materials. She could run with them.
The seams are sealed and the heel is glued for the final touch. This is one of the last places that a real sense of almost medieval artisanship and apprenticeship is taking place.
There is no other way. It needs time, patience, and a lot of love.
What's better than the feeling of buying a new pair of shoes? Donating a pair for free. Shoe designer and all-around humanitarian Blake Mykoski is a man with a plan. He's making shoes that offer up a lot more than just style. Our own Lloyd Boston pays Blake a visit to find out more about Tom's, his shoe company with a soul.
What is the mission behind Tom's Shoes? Because I know it's very personal for you.
The concept is very simple. For every pair of shoes that we sell, I will donate one pair to a child somewhere in the world that doesn't have shoes.
How did it all come about?
Actually, I went down to Argentina for vacation in January. I had signed up to do a little bit of volunteer work when I was down there. And just happens the week that I was going, they were doing a shoe drive. And they were going around getting old secondhand shoes and giving them to the kids who didn't have shoes in this village. And the thing is a lot of people don't realize, but in third world countries, they have to walk a mile or two every day to get fresh water. And it just hit me. The next day, I turned to my buddy and I said, I think I want to start a shoe company.
They kind of remind me of like the Kung Fu slippers growing up, but they have a new twist. Is that a design element or for
basically, yeah. I mean, the three, I guess, kind of trademark aspects of Tom's is having this cross stitching and it's a reinforced fabric. Some of them, like this one, we do different colors for the front and then also the heel patch.
Those look really like they were almost hand painted. Like that one is really cool.
One of my really best friends in Los Angeles is a great artist. And so Tyler and I got together and did a limited edition, and he hand paints all of them.
This is great. It has a Jackson Pollock feel.
Yeah, and his artwork is very much like that.
Oh, that looks great.
It's like a slipper for outside.
These are definitely first class slippers or business class.
Yeah.
So Blake, who is that Tom's shoe customer?
I think the Tom's shoe customer is a little bit of everyone right now because everyone feels that need and that desire to give back through their purchasing power. The shoe is an inexpensive shoe. It's $38, so it's not like we limit people by the price. So I think anyone can wear the shoe. But I think the reason why Tom's has been successful is because it means something. The customer knows when they buy a pair, a child is getting a pair.
So talk to me a little bit about the shoe drop. That sounds like a real full circle moment.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Definitely a highlight. About 18 of us went down to Argentina and we organized to give out 10,000 shoes all throughout the country. We actually traveled about 2,500 miles. All the kids would come out and they would line up. Literally every shoe that was given was fit on a child's foot.
Now, this is right now only in one country, but do you plan on taking it into other areas where they need shoes as well?
And my vision for the future would be not only do we sell the shoes in all these countries, but we're giving shoes not only in Argentina, but in Africa and Cambodia and all over.
It's all happening so fast. How do you see the future of Tom's, the future of the entire company?
Well, we're just going to keep making great shoes, improving upon them, with every new season, and just hope that they sell well so we can give away lots of shoes.
All this giving has put James Aguiar in a very charitable mood. So now it's time to find out who's going to be strutting home from our shoe contest a winner.
The next challenge is called Name That Designer. In front of me, I have 5 pairs of shoes, lovely, expensive shoes, or not so expensive. What I want you to do is come up, touch, feel. You've got 30 seconds to write down the designer name in the order that they appear. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Go! Three, 2, 1, time's up. Sit down. Come on. Sit down.
Putting it back.
Sit down, you cheater. Robin, who is the designer for A?
I said Stuart Weitzman.
Erica, who did you think A was?
Similar chicken scratch.
Stuart Weitzman. You guys know your stuff. Because it was Stuart Weitzman. Robin, who did you think the designer of letter B was?
I said Jimmy Choo.
Erica?
Choo.
You are correct. Both of you are neck and neck. Who do you think the designer of C is?
Mr. Louis Vuitton.
Robin.
I said the same.
You guys are both, I'm sorry to say, correct. Robin, reveal to me who you think the designer of D is.
I said Via Spiga.
Via Spiga. Erica, reveal to me who you think the designer of D is.
I just threw Delman down because we're in the showroom.
The correct answer is Prada, which makes you both incorrect, which means this is an absolute dead heat and also means that there's a lot riding on your final answer. Erica, who do you think designed these fabulous pair of shoes?
Manolo Blahnik.
Robin, who do you think? Manolo Blahnik? You guys look like Manolo girls. You feel like Manolo girls. And the answer is Manolo Blahnik. You are both correct. Woo! You guys have blown me away. You're much better than I thought. You forced me into sudden death shoe trivia. Which designer is attributed with reintroducing the popular high-heeled platform shoe of the 70s in the early 90s? A. Vivienne Westwood, B. Karl Lagerfeld, or C. Marc Jacobs? Erica.
Marc Jacobs.
I'm sorry to say, Erica, you're choking. That is incorrect. Robin, if you get this correct, you will be the winner of the full frontal fashion shoe contest.
Vivienne Westwood.
Robin, you are the winner of the full frontal fashion shoe contest.
I really did win.
You won. Bye, Erica.
Thanks, Jane.
Thank you, honey. Be strong.
I will. It was a close competition, yeah. But I think she'll wear the shoes well, so I'm excited for her.
On this table is a pair of shoes that you're going home with. All you have to do is choose.
I like a lot of them.
You like a lot of them?
Oh boy. These.
Whoa! You know what? These are my favorites. I didn't think you would choose these. Why do you love them?
They're just absolutely gorgeous, and they're just Louboutin and pink suede. They're outrageous. Thanks for kicking up your heels and joining me for this full frontal fashion special. Remember, when it comes to fabulous shoes, no matter your style, no matter the price, you should always put your best foot forward.